Happy September 13th. I hope everyone is well at your house, and I hope you've been having a good week at school. We've been looking at God's armor versus a Roman soldier's armor. We know that a Roman soldier needed protection while in battle, but according to the Bible in Ephesians chapter 6, we also need protection from the forces of this world that can harm us in God's eyes. We need protection from the forces that try to turn us away from God. We need to wear the armor of God. The armor of God isn't a cloth or metal garment, it's God's Spirit. It is God's strength and love that protects us from the rulers and authorities and powers of this world's darkness. That comes from Ephesians chapter 6. I didn't remember all the parts of the armor, and I'm sure you didn't either. So we'll look at them. It says the first was the belt of truth, and the belt is what holds the rest of the armor together. The breastplate of righteousness, that comes to us through the righteousness of Jesus. The shoes of peace, it would be great to walk in the shoes of Jesus. The shield of faith, we know that God is real. The helmet of salvation, use your head to know the truth. And the sword of the Spirit, well, that's this week's topic. The sword is the only piece of the armor of God that can be used both as a defensive weapon, used to protect us from the spiritual attacks on us, and as an offensive weapon, used to help us to teach others about God's truth. The Bible verse goes, and take the sword of the Spirit, which is the Word of God. Ooh, that makes this one easy. The most important place to find the Word of God is in the Bible. God changed his pact with mankind when he sent his son Jesus to the earth. He is a God of love and caring for all people. Not just some people, all people. The Word of God comes to many by God speaking to the person. Many ministers have had a calling from God. They answered the calling by dedicating their life to spreading the word of God's love to all. That is one positive example of how God is still working in the world today. Those who teach us about the love of God for everyone are the ones that help us strengthen our armor of God. Then there are those who talk to God, lowercase g because it's not the true God, and tell him the way they want the world to be. Then they say something like, I talked to God and told him what he needs to do, so the world is better for you. Ha 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 ha. Then he agreed with me and said he would get started on it. I know he just doesn't love those demonstrators for social justice that take a kneel at the beginning of an athletic event. I know he doesn't love, whichever ethnic group you want to pick. I know, and the list for them just goes on and on. Then they'll say, if you love me and do as I say, then God, lowercase g, will love you too. Don't forget to send me money. Ha 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 ha. Those are the type of people the sword of the Spirit, the word of the true God, our God, protects us from. They aren't doing this for you. They have their own agenda and are using their own God to make themselves more important. But the sword of the Spirit and the rest of the armor of God protects us. How can you show the world that you are wearing the armor of God? You can live by two of my favorite Bible verses. The first comes from Mark chapter 12, 30 and 31 verses. And it says, love the Lord your God. Love him with all your heart, all your soul, all your mind, and all your strength. The second most important commandment is this. Love your neighbor as yourself. It doesn't say love the people you want to love. It says love everyone. The second comes from 1 Corinthians, verse 13, chapter 13, and it says, so these three things continue forever. Faith, hope, and love. And the greatest of these is love. That's good. To show you follow Jesus, you can smile and say hi to everyone. You can respect everyone and not make fun of any group. You can be kind to your classmates the things you can do, just there's all kinds of things. Now you can work hard in school and learn as much as you can. Then as an adult, you can decide how you can best work to make the world a better place for everyone. Remember, you are a disciple of Jesus. How you act can help others see the love of Jesus. Be a friend to someone who needs one. Be kind to another child that rarely sees kindness. Don't pick on others because they're different. Learn more about your classmates and your teachers so you can better understand them. I hope Miss Martha is through her quarantine and can get back to working with families in the park. I'm looking forward to seeing a video of your family with her on Sunday morning. I hope you have a great week at school with your friends and enjoy.